Good morning and welcome to Back of House Business Innovation. Today in the studio we have with us Marty Edgell, who's from BOBNett.
Morning, Deb.
Okay, welcome. So today we're talking about contractors. Now lots of small businesses use contractors because they find that's a very efficient way to get their work done. But what could be the implications of that? Sometimes things aren't always as they seem. So this is why we have an expert on that field here today, Marty. So Marty, so tell me, contractors, they're a great thing to use in small business, aren't they?
They're a great thing to use in small businesses. It helps you be more competitive in the marketplace. The reason being is that you don't have the overheads of using employees. So
Okay.
that's a big bonus there.
Excellent. So there's all bonuses like that, but are there any pitfalls, any grey areas that we should, small business owners should concern themselves with?
Yeah, sure. That's a good question. There are a lot of grey areas that hirers of contractors talk about. They're scared of an audit from the ATO or work cover. They would hate their contractors to be deemed employees because then work cover and the ATO could go back 7 years and hit them with penalties for not engaging the contractor correctly.
Okay, so deemed employee, what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, that means that you've used a contractor but you've actually engaged him the wrong way. He's not passing all the tests that each contractor needs to get over the line on, and he's not passing the tests that the hirers also need to get over the line on. And once the ATO or work cover come in and deem your contractor an employee, then you're in an uncomfortable position.
That's right. And there have been some big cases about that, hasn't there? Been a cleaning company and stuff like that have been audited and had to back pay thousands and thousands of dollars, isn't there?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, the biggest case recently for BOBNett was a client that I went to see probably 5 or so years ago. I knew at the time it was fairly wide open. He wasn't engaging his contractors correctly. WorkCover came in and did an audit on him, and unfortunately all of his contractors, more than 20 contractors there, they were deemed employees. WorkCover went back 7 years. The total fine for that business was over $1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah, so that's because they weren't engaging them correctly.
Yeah, because it's really tough in small business because you're trying to be all things, but really you need to seek some expert advice. And I believe in your what you do with BOBNett, it's a little bit different too. You do a lot of stuff to help the actual contractors themselves, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct. So we set the contractor up with a business bank account, which is a test. The Commonwealth Bank may be a verifying authority, so I can open Commonwealth Bank accounts, and I open the contractor's Commonwealth Bank Bob account. We then affix our software to that account. Once a deposit goes into the account from the hirer, the software automatically deducts income protection and public liability insurance, the two insurances that they need. It also puts aside for their tax. Most of my contractors put 20% aside for their tax. It seems to cover
That's very
the tax
good.
bill.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah, most pay between 18 and 23%. The software then is automatically linked. They can deposit into a super fund. There's a savings account within that particular account, and they pay me a small fee, and then their free to spend money is sent to their FPOS account. So what we did then was we passed a lot of the tests should work cover or the ATO come in and do an audit.
That's right, because it's advertised. How many tests are there they need to pass
out
of the total?
Sure, as a hirer, so if I'm a builder and I have contractors working for me, carpenters for example, there's 22 tests that they needed to get over the line on.
That's a lot.
That is a lot, yeah, there's a lot of tests. You need to address every single test. These are common law tests, so if we get over the line on a common law test, if we pass it in a court of law, we can't fail it. So did the contractor have a business bank account? Yes, he did. That's actually a test.
Right, okay, excellent. All right, so I guess the moral of the story really is that you really need to make sure that your contractors are not deemed employees.
Yes.
And just be aware that they're, that if you do get an audit, it can be quite a lot of money.
Definitely. Yes.
Kind of thing, and it's worth getting some help from an expert like yourself.
100%. The biggest problem for a business that's going through an audit is the amount of pressure that the actual hire of the contractors is put under. An audit can go for 4 to 6 months, and to live with that audit and try to sleep at night, it's a difficult process for you. Yeah.
Exactly.
If you're using BOBNett for your compliance, then we get over the line on each of the 22 tests, and your contractors will be deemed contractors, not employees.
And all the audits that you've been in so far have, as I believe, all the audits have been successful on your part. That they've all been deemed contractors.
Correct, yeah.
Yes.
So in the
Okay,
audits, we've been going 8.5 years now, and the ATO and WorkCover have done a number of audits on our clients, and our contractors have always been deemed contractors.
Excellent. So, you folks, so you don't know what you don't know, and today you've learnt what it means to have contractors and how you can have contractors successfully without ending up with an audit with the tax office and workers' comp. So thank you for joining us, and thank you, and look forward to seeing you in another episode.